Okay, this is part 2 of the brake job for the Dodge Durango 2008 front pad. So, what we're looking at here is you see your old pad's pretty worn. Now this side's not that bad. The other side's probably going to be worse. And I'm not going to do video on that side because, quite frankly, why do 2 videos doing the same thing? But if you look here, you get, like when you purchase these pads, these little retainer clips here are not going to be on them. So you're going to want to make sure not to knock those off, not to lose those off your old pad. And they literally just pull straight up and off like that. I did it with one hand. This is your new pad. You're going to slide that down, same orientation, like so. Line it up. You want that facing towards the back, this coming towards the front. And here, same thing. Just wiggle it, it'll come off. Keep your orientations right. And remember, the spring part of it should be towards the back, and it should be opening up towards the front. Okay, and you'll see here on the caliper, I've already put the other one in place on the front side. We're going to do the same on the back. And there's a little perforations right there where they'll slide in. So, now, if you want to see here, I'm going to cut the torch on for a minute so you can see what it looks like back here. You can look and you can see, here's where that caliper bolt went. And if you look right back behind it, you'll see the slot in this caliper bracket where it'll slide in. See it right there. And then there'll be another one on the bottom, down here towards this pilot or pivot bolt, whatever you want to call that. Lower caliper bolt. And that's that as far as lining everything up. And so now that that's done, what we're going to try to do is get this caliper around these pads. The objective here is to get this caliper, this piston, back far enough to where it will clear here, and slide up to where you can line this pivot bolt up. Now, if you get up here and this collar is striking here, then this actually pivots as well. It's free floating, so you could push it in a little bit and it gives you a little bit more room. But my caliper obviously is not, pistons are not all the way in. So I'm going to do that real quick and then show you what we do next, okay? And let's set this down for a second. I want to show you this. You see here how much difference there is between this piston and that piston. Now remember earlier I put it in the first video here in the center. It's just to kind of get them back. I was hoping they would both equally travel, but sometimes they don't, especially when you have higher mileage like this one. You're just going to keep rotating that in, and that one seems pretty good now. And then counterclockwise loosen it up, and we're going to do the same with the top. Push this piston back, and then we should be good after. We should be good. We're going to slide it out. There. Still not enough. Trying to do this with one hand, it's not easy. It's not too bad though. Okay, now she slid in place. Now we're going to rotate that in place. Alright, we got our clamp on there. We're not pinching our brake line. We're not pinching our bleeder valve. That's what we want. And you can see it just moving in. And it'll get a lot easier because I pushed a lot of the fluid back out now. So a lot of the pressure's off of it. I got that first piston to go back. And then it bottoms out. Won't turn anymore. Back it out. Counterclockwise. And just loosen it up enough to get it off of there. Pull your pad out. That's your old pad. And then we're gonna see how we got all that room now. So we're gonna make sure our pads are nice and seated on the rotor, because they will flop around. And move that there. Now, remember, just kind of pinch those pads and look, everything falls in place if you did it right. If not, just go back and repeat that till you get it right. Don't sit there and try to pry or anything like that. You'll ruin your day. You slide your bolt that you took out earlier. You want to line this collar up like so. See how there's the perforation between the two, and then I'm going to turn it right. And clockwise is tighten. And that's that. And you want to get your ratchet or your wrench or whatever it may be. And you want to get on there and you want to snug it up. And you don't have to kill it. I don't know what the torque specs are on this thing. Didn't look them up. But a good snug and then maybe like a little eighth of a turn budge with your wrist and should be good to go. If you ever hear anything, obviously go back and check it. Get a torque wrench, you want to go through all that, I'm sure you can find it online, but that's basically it. That's how you change your front brake pads on a Dodge Durango. Put your tire back on, roll your lug nuts up to the rim to where they're just touching it, lower the car back down to the ground, tighten your lug nuts staggered, like 11 to 5, 1 to 7, kind of that pattern. So you're going to go here, 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 and then come back here. So that's how I would tighten it up. And then after that, before you go anywhere, always make sure to pump your brakes just to take up any space between that piston and that back pad so you don't roll anywhere. You don't end up with a leak pedal, end up hitting something. Anyway, I hope this helps. And again, what you need to do this job, it's very simple. You need your jack that came with the vehicle, or you can get a floor jack from Advanced. Any place like that, O'Reilly's, you name it. That's the part number, MKD 1084. This is the size of the caliper bolts, 13 metric. And I like to use a 6-inch clamp because it's plenty deep enough for just about any caliper you're going to come across. And of course your tire iron, which is under the first row of your seats. So anyway, I hope that helps you. Maybe you can save some money and get yourself back on the road. Have a good one.